Well, last night there seemed to be a lot of civil unrest as we walked around the city, and we kind of got close to where the demonstrations are going on. And there's a lot of horn honking, a lot of and people yelling, and it seems like you guys are in a lot of turmoil right now as far as what's going on with your country and which way you're going to go. So it's an interesting night for us to play here, and yeah.
Thanks for
it's I feel for you guys. I know. I have 5 Jacksons out with me, and then I have 2 custom 4-string guitars that were made for me over a decade ago that are custom spacing and tuning that are to my specs and nobody else makes them. And I've had the same 2 for 12 or 13 years. They're about 13 years now. But the Jacksons I've got 2 Rhodes V's, one of which is a 1981, old, pretty retro, almost bordering on vintage at this point guitar. And then I've got 2 Warriors, one Warrior, which is had a Invader put in it. It didn't have an Invader when I got it, and I put an Invader in it, and most of my guitars have Seymour Duncan Invaders. And then I have 2 King V's, which are my main tuning. A couple of different reasons. The first one is that I love to tinker with things. I'm an oil painter, and I also went to art school for sculpture. So when I look at guitars, I immediately want to start moving things around and just going, oh, this here, this here. Some of the tinkering is and that's just for aesthetics, and just I find it interesting. It gives me something to do. Then some of the mods are for my playing style. Like I don't like having a volume near the bridge pickup, so I always take away the volume from that area. And I don't use tones on guitars, so usually I just put the volume in the tone spot and get rid of the tone. The other reason that I like things like the King V that was left-handed was because it's, number 1, a challenge, and number 2, whenever I have a guitar that I can heavily mod in some way or customize, it makes me feel closer to the instrument, and like I'm more attached to it because I had something to do with the building of the instrument in some way, instead of having someone else completely make it and then give it to me, where I've had no input on the guitar at all. I feel like it's more mine if I've changed it in some way. Mike Tempesta, who works with Jackson, was at Yamaha Guitars, and he is an old friend that was in Powerman 5000. Played guitar for Powerman 5000. Before that, he was in a band called Human Waste Project from Los Angeles that loaned me some equipment when I was making $3 Bill, the first Limp Bizkit record, and that his band was also produced by Ross Robinson. And so Mike and I are very old friends that go back a long time, and he started working at Yamaha and brought me into Yamaha to do a signature model with them. And then as his time was coming to a close with Yamaha, and in my opinion, kind of the Yamaha artistic department seemed to start closing down, and some changes were being made at the company. Mike left and went to Jackson, and I asked him if I could follow him to Jackson Guitars, and he said absolutely. So that's how I was brought into Jackson.
It's like friendship, yeah?
Yeah, friendship brought me in, but I'd also already started playing some Jacksons, so it was kind of, it felt natural and meant to be, because I had acquired, actually one of the Rhodes V's, the 81, belonged to Ross Robinson. It was his guitar from a long time ago, and the headstock had been broken off, and it was just sitting up in this studio and just being used to test amps you know, just to like see if the amps were working and the headstock broken off. So I had it repaired, and now it's my main, one of my main guitars. And then the other one I had found in a pawn shop in San Francisco. Possibly. I really like the shapes that they have now. That'll be something I think that would happen in the future and probably be designed around a King V. For right now, King V is my favorite body shape. Yeah, I mean, I like the Warrior also, but I've really liked the. It's okay. I've really liked the left-handed King V. So I think, I don't know, if I did a signature model, it would probably be a left-handed King V that was converted to right-handed. That had the logo, you know, upside down and everything. Mostly Black Light Burns is, I mean, sometimes I've used the Jackson on it before. A lot of times I use more vintage style guitars for that sound with a lot more single coil pickups. Usually I use Telecasters in Black Light Burns, but Fender is like a sister company to Jackson, so it's kind of in the same family. I got to hear the heads when I went into the Jackson offices, and also I was working on an album again at Ross Robinson's house recently. We were working on an album for a rap artist called Tech9, and heard the head and just was really freaked out by how heavy, just how loud and much gain, and just how quiet they are also with that amount of power, and just kind of wanted to have everything under the same roof. So Jackson, and so that I'm, you know, EVH and Jackson and Fender are all, you know, connected. So it's nice just to have everything. I just can go to, you know, Helen or go to Mike and talk to them about what I need.